You know, the story of Patton at Trier always blows my mind. It's March 1945, and the city's this ancient fortress loaded to the teeth with German defenses. Every expert, every map, every staff officer agreed you'd need 4 divisions to take it. They were so sure they didn't even bother hedging.
It's wild, right? Headquarters flat out tells Patton to bypass the city because, by their numbers, there's just no chance. But then you picture Patton reading that order, crumpling it up classic Patton. He just refused to see limitations the way everyone else did.
He lived for moments like that. Most commanders would have hesitated, done the math, and waited for reinforcements. Not Patton. He took his 2 divisions, half what was supposedly needed, and just went for it.
What gets me is how sudden it was. The Germans were so geared up for a siege, but Patton's tanks smashed through before anyone could react. It's like he broke the rules of warfare just by refusing to play by them.
That actually brings up the heart of the story, this constant tug of war between 2 ways of fighting. Headquarters wanted careful prep, overwhelming numbers. Patton? He believed in speed and audacity. Just keep the enemy guessing.
He was the living embodiment of momentum. While others measured risk, Patton measured opportunity. And that reply he sent after taking Trier. Have taken Trier with 2 divisions. What do you want me to do? Give it back? That's pure Patton. There's bravado, but also this challenge to conventional wisdom.
And Eisenhower's reaction is priceless. He just laughs. He knows Patton isn't exactly by the book, but he also knows no one gets results quite like him. It's this dance brilliance paired with the risk of total disaster.
Honestly, sometimes it's like watching a high-wire act. Patton could have crashed spectacularly, but he just kept landing on his feet, even when everyone expected him to fall.
Funny you mention that dance, because after Trier, it's like someone cut the brakes. Patton's Third Army goes on this absolute tier-armed recon on paper, but really just a steamroller across Germany.
Exactly. Over 6,000 square miles, thousands of towns, and the numbers just get more staggering the longer you look. Capturing 140,000 enemy soldiers in 2 months, no wonder Eisenhower called it one of the greatest military achievements ever recorded.
And yet, the whole time, Patton's fighting on 2 fronts against German armies and against his own HQ's caution. You can feel the frustration in his messages. He keeps pushing forward, even as supplies barely trickle in.
What's wild is that while Patton's blitzing ahead, Montgomery's busy orchestrating the biggest, most meticulous river crossing operation since D-Day, counting every bullet. The contrast couldn't be sharper.
And then comes that scene at the Rhine. Montgomery's got this symphony of artillery. Smoke, airdrops, and Patton just paddles his men across in the dark. No fanfare. 28 casualties. That's almost unbelievable for a river crossing of that size.
I can't get over the image of Patton stopping halfway across the pontoon bridge, all eyes on him, and just well unzipping and peeing into the river. Dramatic, defiant, and maybe a bit juvenile, but that's the legend. Every move calculated to send a message.
And he follows it up with that cheeky note. For God's sake, send some gasoline. Even in victory, he's needling the bureaucracy. You can almost hear the exasperated sighs from headquarters.
Meanwhile, the British are furious. Montgomery's thunder just stolen overnight. Eisenhower's got to manage all those egos, but even he can't help admiring Patton's sheer nerve.
After all that, you look at the final tally. Third Army capturing over 500,000 prisoners, racing from the Rhine to the Elbe. It's almost surreal. Those aren't numbers you get from careful committee-driven attacks.
They're the product of constant momentum, never letting up, never waiting for perfect conditions. Patton really believed that hesitation was deadlier than boldness. He made his army move while the enemy was still deciding what to do.
And yet, there's that paradox Eisenhower called Patton, a force of nature that couldn't be controlled, only aimed. The trick was knowing when to let him loose and when to rein him in.
Maybe that's the ultimate lesson. Sometimes, real victory means letting the wild card play his hand. Patton couldn't always explain his own leadership, but the results speak for themselves. And that message, what do you want me to do? Give it back? That's the man, the myth, and the madness all rolled into one.